Hey everybody, it's Genoa with The Crafty Mess, and I'm here with another YouTube tutorial. Today we're going to be doing an off-the-mat project where we're making a 48-inch photo prop. That's right, full 4 feet photo prop made using your Cricut Maker or Cricut Explorer. If you'd like to know more, stay tuned. Let's take care of a little bit of housekeeping. If this is your first time, thank you for joining me. If you've returned because you've been here before and you like what I do, I want to thank you for coming back. Make sure you guys have that notification bell on, that you are sharing this with all your crafty friends, and leave a comment below because I'd like to hear from you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our image brought onto our Cricut mat. Now, let me just stop for a second before we actually get into the meat and potatoes and let you guys know. This tutorial is going to be, I guess, assuming that you guys have knowledge of your Cricut machine already. So I'm not showing you how to do everything. I'm assuming that you have basic knowledge of your Cricut machine, but that you just want to know how to do this particular project, okay? So I'm not going to be going into every single detail of this. The majority of our time is going to be spent in Cricut Design Space, and again, assuming that you have knowledge on how to complete simple projects, okay? So go ahead and bring your image onto your canvas. Mine is already saved, so I'm just going to go to my saved projects, click on my image, and then I'm going to hit customize to bring it onto my canvas. So right now, my image is about a little less than 11 inches tall. And for purposes of the video, I'm going to be making about 42 inches. And the reason I'm doing 42 is because I want you guys to be able to see the entire image on the screen because of the tutorial. But again, my finished project is about 48 inches. So first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and decrease my canvas size. And then clicking on my image, I'm going to go up to the height and I'm going to change it to 42. And if you want to do 48, you do 48. Okay, so then we have our image here, and it's a full 42 inches, and we can see her entire body, so that's great. Okay, and so then the next thing you want to do is you want to go through and you want to ungroup all of the layers that are on the image. Depending on what image you're using and where you purchased it from will determine how long it'll take you and how many different groups you'll have to go in and break up. Doesn't take that long. Okay, looks like I got them all done. All right. So I have all my layers broken up. Now I want to talk a little bit about designing. So I'm a paper crafter by first love. It's what I originally started. So paper is my jam, right? Most paper packs that you can purchase in the store or online are going to be no larger than 12 by 12. And that's the size of a standard Cricut mat. So what we want to do is we want to take our 42-inch image and break it up into 12 by 12 squares, okay? And that 12 by 12 squares is going to be represented by our cardstock that we're going to be using. Make sense? I hope it does. All right. When we're using images such as this that have a face, okay? So as opposed to like an image of a car or a train or an image of a house or what have you. But when you're using images like this that have a face, you don't want to break up the face if at all possible. So you want to have this girl's image, remain in the 12 by 12 square if at all possible. Okay, so I'm going to click on her face and it lets me know up here when I'm looking at the size that it's smaller than a 12 by 12 square. So that's perfect. That means that I don't have to chop her face up at all. Okay. But then when I'm clicking down on some of these other parts, like this part, I'm going to move it over. You can see that it imported with all of these pieces as one piece. And it's registering up here as being much larger than the 12 by 12. So this will have to break up, okay? Same thing with her shirt, okay? Her shirt is bigger than 12 by 12, so we're going to have to break up that shirt as well. We'll deal with that in just a bit. I want to start off with her outline and her background, okay? Because that's going to be the major thing that we're going to want to work with as far as designing. So this outline here, we're not going to cut out. You can keep it for reference purposes so you know where all these other little tiny pieces will go. But I don't cut it out, so you don't need it. You can either delete it, or I'm just going to close the eye on it. Okay, so now we're going to deal with this outline piece here. I'm going to draw over this and just move it. Oh, okay. We're going to deal with this outline piece here, okay? So I'm going to change the color on that and change it to black because we're going to be cutting it out of black cardstock. Now, what you want to do is you want to go and you want to get a shape. I'm going to get a square, and then I'm going to change that to 12 by 12 because this is going to represent our cardstock. Okay, now what I also want to do is I want to go up here to arrange and hit move backwards or send to the back because I want the cardstock to show up behind the outline so that when I'm moving it, I can clearly see where it is going to fall. Hope that makes sense. All right, and then I'm going to start. Let's see where I'm going to start. Start up here at the top. Okay, so we're going to duplicate our square. Send that to the back. All right. Sorry for the confusion. Okay, so what you want to do, so it's going to leave you with little small pieces on the side. It's okay. I'm going to start from the bottom, and I'm going to start slicing this image up into 12 by 12 pieces. Okay, so starting with this piece, you're going to draw a box over both the square and the outline and hit slice. Okay, and now I'm going to take that outline piece, move it over, and then these pieces on the bottom, we can go ahead and get rid of. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so duplicate your square again. Now we're going to start moving up and cutting out these pieces too. Okay, so you just want to make sure that it's falling within that square. So slice it out. Okay. And this piece over here. And then these pieces we can get rid of. Okay, duplicate our square. Move it to the back. See how I'm doing this? You do it any way you want to do it. This is how I'm doing it. All right, and then slice. Okay, and then we can get rid of that. Move that piece over there. See, pretty simple. Once you know how to do it, it's just very time consuming though. So, you know, it does take time to find a good place, making sure all the pieces you need are in there. Pay attention to where it's going to break up and, you know, how it'll leave jagged edges or what have you. Okay, so I'm just going to finish up slicing up this image using the same method, and then we'll be back to the next steps. All right, so I got everything chopped up. If you can look over here on the right, you can see the different layers that are a result from me breaking up the background into 12 by 12 squares. I'm going to move that over to the side and just group them together. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to have to break up some of these pieces as well. What I'm going to do with this one is a little bit different. Let me go ahead and get a shape. I'm going to insert another square, unlock the dimensions, and we're going to break this image apart, okay? So we'll do that by slicing out these bottom pieces. Okay. And then we'll do it again for, doesn't really matter what shape as long as it's going to cover what you need it to cover. For the bow at the top, so we'll slice that out. And get rid of that and that. And then this one, we'll use the contour button to get the two pieces separated. So let's duplicate it. And then on this one, we'll contour, hide all contours. And then we need the left side for this one. So contour. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Hide all contours. There we go. Okay. So there's that pants and then that pants. And then I mentioned that the shirt. So the shirt is going to be a little tricky because there's no way to really just break it apart easily. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. And then I'm going to get a shape, square. And what I'm going to do is unlock it. And I'm going to make this like a line. There you go. That's what I was trying to think of what to call it. A line. And we're going to put it over here. And let's see. We can. Oh. Just turn it just a little bit. And kind of just get it right there in that space. So that we can slice it off. Okay, so I think that's a good way to do this. So we're going to hit slice. Okay. Okay, did it not go all the way through? It must not have gone all the way through. Let's try it again. So let's do. Oh, well, it did that, so I guess we can do it that way. All right, let's back it up. Sorry for the confusion, but you guys need to know how to do this, right? Right. All right. So I'm going to duplicate this. Now I have two of them. I'm going to hit contour, hide all contours. Okay, so now we have this side without that arm. And then we're going to do it again. This time we're going to hide all contours and just only have the arm. Okay, so everything's within 12 inches now. Do you see that? Okay, so I'm going to make this small again. So now all of my pieces are going to fit on a 12 by 12 cardstock. I'm going to hit make it, send it over to the mats so that you can see what it's going to look like, and then I'll show you what it looked like after I cut everything out. So when you hit make it, it's going to let you know that you need 1, 2, 3. You're going to need 8 sheets of black cardstock, 12 by 12. You're going to need 2 sheets of the red if you're using the same colors I'm using. This actually should be black, so you may need a little bit more. So it tells you exactly how many sheets of each colored cardstock you're going to need. Okay, so when you hit continue, you find what machine you're using, connect the machine, and then I used heavy cardstock, the 110 pound setting. So you'd have to go and cut out each of these mats. Okay, so I know it's super, super big. What I did is I took that black outline piece, flipped it over on the back, and then just use some masking tape to put it all together. I'm going to show you what it looks like from further away. Okay, and this is what it looks like on the other side. I can see where some of the tape is kind of showing through just a bit, and next time I'll use clear tape as opposed to masking tape. But because I didn't record it, I wanted you guys to see what I did, so you can actually see the masking tape on the back. Now what you need to do is simply take all of your color pieces and now match them and glue them on the front. OMG guys, this is her put together. I can see my flaws, but overall I'm very happy with it. For instance, she's missing some fingers on that hand. Don't mind my toes, guys. I can't find her lips. They've been cut out, but I don't know where they are currently. That's neither here nor there. Overall, I'm very, very happy with the product so far. This is 4 feet tall, guys. 4 feet tall. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this foam board that's from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to hot glue her to the foam board, and then use an X-Acto knife to go ahead and cut around her. And then I will show you the finished product. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and share this video. See you guys in the next one. Bye.